I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday about failure, and she said to me, "You've never really failed at anything. Whatever you've been through, they were just lessons, not failures." I asked her why she felt that way because I was genuinely surprised. And she said because she's known real failure, seeing that she failed at her marriage. I disagreed with her, not because I think failing at an interview carries the same weight as a marriage ending. Of course it doesn't. I disagreed because I don't think a marriage failing is the same thing as you failing at marriage. She's giving me her blessing to talk about this because she thinks it might help someone. So yeah, let's talk about it. Hi, I'm AB. This is Diary of a Silli-mazing Human. The theory being that you can do amazing things and still be silly and goofy all at the same time. So here's the premise I want to reject. That when something fails, it automatically means that you failed at it. Let's say you're meant to speak at a conference. You set out early, you are organized, and on your way, a thunderstorm hits your area. The roads get flooded, nothing is moving, and you don't make it to the conference. Did you fail? I don't think so. You'd say it was impossible to get there. You wouldn't say, I failed at getting to the conference. You just say, I wasn't able to make it, because the outcome was out of your hands. Now, let's change the story. Same conference, but this time you slept late and then you woke up late, you didn't have your alarm clock on, and you didn't set up any systems to support you or to help you. And then because of that, you don't make it or you get there late. Now, that failure is yours. That failure belongs to you. And as far as I'm concerned, you need to claim it in peace, learn from it, and do things differently next time. The line I want to draw is that in life, we will suck at some things. We will fail at some things. And it's a good thing to get that feedback, to take responsibility and grow. I'm all for owning your failures. However, I also want to state that there are situations where the failure is not yours to claim, and we hand ourselves guilt that was never ours to carry in the first place. So, back to my friend. She was in a physically abusive marriage, and when her partner refused to get help, she made the decision to leave to protect her life and her sanity. I still remember how brutal that season was for her, and leaving wasn't easy at all. She had to walk away from a lot just to get out safely. I remember when he seized her clothes, seized her laptop, and she was totally stranded. The funny thing is, he wasn't always like this. When they were dating, he never laid hands on her, and he was amazing. The man she married and the situation she ended up in were not the same thing. So I do not see what failure she's meant to internalize. She married someone in good faith, and when things became dangerous, she was brave enough to leave. The marriage failed, but I do not think she failed at marriage. Those are two different sentences, and as far as I am concerned, the difference is everything. I'm all for taking responsibility for our failures. Sometimes I think we even take more responsibility because it gives us some form of control. But sometimes failure can be 15% our fault and maybe 85% the fault of something else or someone else. And even if that 15% were to have gone good, the thing would still have failed, like in her case, given the circumstances. So in many cases, life is just leaving us and not the other way around. And in those seasons, the work is not to flog yourself for a failure that doesn't belong to you. It's to make lemonade from the lemons and trust that everything will work out. Just because something is true sometimes doesn't make it true all the time. Sometimes when a thing fails, it's because you failed at it. And totally, let's own that. But sometimes when a thing fails, it's because given everything, it couldn't have done anything but fail. I'll genuinely like to know what your thoughts are about this. Feel free to comment or write to me at hello@sillimazinghuman.com.